Hey everyone, how you doing? Uh, this is a VR for Rich the Ridge Hunter. If you wanted to know what we use for food procurement, this can be part one. I'll probably have 3, 4 videos after this over the next 3 weeks, whatever. But this is just some of the stuff that I use. This is my basic fishing kit that I fit in my ribs pack here. Now, this isn't all my stuff, but this is what I use to catch a lot of fish with. It's a lot easier to catch lots of smaller fish than it is larger game fish. And the gear is heavier, it costs more, and there are other ways to catch big fish, as Rich was talking about with spears and things like that. So, the actual legalities of it vary from state to state, county to county, and township to township. But in a SHTF situation, none of that's going to matter. And I myself am going to act lawfully and feed my family. Now, a lot of people don't understand the difference between legal and lawful, and I suggest that's something you look up. It's very interesting stuff, and who knows, I might do a vid on that later, but we'll get started on this. So, of course, the ribs pack, these things are great. I suggest everybody has one. I think everybody should get one of these. This one's about 700 cubic inches, I think. I carry about 15 feet of paracord with a Ranger band and a couple carabiners. I carry the mosquito head net. These things are absolutely wonderful, guys. Not just for mosquitoes, but you can use them for traps. You can use it for collecting wild edibles. You can make a fish trap out of these things too. Like if you want to catch a bunch of minnows, yeah, they're small, but if you're hungry and you can catch them, well, that's protein. That'll fill your belly up and give you some calories. Here's my basic assortment of different hooks, some bobbers. These are actually ice fishing bobbers. They work really well, like if you're setting up different fish traps and things like that. But you can see I've got a lot of different baits in here. This is what I have found that works really, really well in like the 5-state area. Also, I carry some flies. If you guys don't have any flies in your fishing kit and you want to catch some fish, get some of these because they can be rigged up with a bobber like this. These bobbers, if they're set up right, they'll lay flat. So when you get a bite, it'll start tapping like that. That's when you know you got some action. Versus like a round bobber where it just sits there, and if the water's kind of rough, you're not going to be able to see exactly what that bobber's doing. So if these are set up right, they'll lay flat, and then they'll stand up down, or else they'll just sit there and go like that, when you're getting a bite. So I suggest you guys get some of these too. Let's see here. Berkeley gulp bait. I'm not a big fan of artificial baits, but there are times when you're out and you cannot find natural bait. It becomes a real chore. So I like to carry these. They do work, not like natural baits, natural live baits, but hey, you know what? You're not going to find that all the time, so you're going to need something. Then I carry a little fire kit. Got a fire steel, some solid fuel, jute twine, a lighter, and some fat wood in there. Now I carry a couple different lights. Game fishing, walleye fishing at night. Walleyes tend to be attracted to light, so if you've got a bright enough light that you can anchor up above the water, which this can be done, just like that, you can hang it up over the water, and you can actually attract walleyes. So when I find my spears, I'll dig them out, just like Rich was showing. Up here, a lot of the natives, they have rights to go spearing any given time of the year. I'm fortunate enough to have learned a lot of them tips and tricks from various tribal members in this area. I worked for them for about 10.5 years, so made some pretty good friends too. But back to this, I also carry a small little task light just on a lanyard, and I put the orange on there because if I drop it in the brush, a lot of the stuff will just blend right in and I won't see it. So I need something with high visibility. I carry a whistle, safety, nail clipper, those are very handy. Some extra bobbers. I carry this little Berkeley multi-tool. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it does work, you know, and it's light enough to where it's not going to be too terribly noticeable. I also carry this, I forgot who makes this, Charade, my fillet knife, and then I carry this Frontier water filter. You know, everybody needs water, and if you're fishing, there's plenty of water. So I carry a small pair of binoculars, always a good thing to have. These are nothing special. I paid maybe $5 for them, but they work well enough for what I need. And then I carry an emergency blanket, so this will take care of my shelter if need be. I also carry a small first aid kit with some alcohol prep pads, some iodine, some tape, band-aids, and some Neosporin in there. And I carry a little bit of Advil and some hand sanitizer, because you know when you're out in the bush and you got to take a crap and you really can't wipe very well and you get messy, well, this will help. So Carmex comes in handy. It can also be used as a fire starter. Both of these can. And then a couple of my fishing poles that I have set up. This is an ultralight model here. It is a micro graphite by Shakespeare. Pretty nice little pole, nothing fancy, but it works. And this is a Sigma 200 made by, I forget who makes this, Shakespeare as well, I think. Yep. So I also have a bunch of ice fishing gear too, with shorter jig poles that stand maybe 2 feet tall, which include a open face reel. Those work really nice, you know, when you're out in the thick of stuff, out trout fishing. I use them a lot for that because where I go trout fishing, it's nothing but brush, mosquitoes, sticks, twigs, and all that. So it's nice to be able to have a smaller pole. I would like to add a like a pen type fishing pole, one of those collapsible ones, just for this kit, because that way if I don't have my fishing pole, at least I'll have something in my ribs pack. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think, and I'm sure Rich would love to see what everybody uses. Again, you know, this is part one. I'll be doing more on this throughout the I don't know, over the next month, I guess. But thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.